Hello everyone, today is July 15th. I'm gonna be sharing the link to YouTube. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so that is done. Now we're waiting for the market to open today. So let's see. Ooh. So today, the Trump is a big issue in the stock market. Let's see. So the QQQ Nasdaq is up 0.36. DJT is up 45.84. So let's see how DJT is doing. Meta, Nvidia. So that's Nvidia. That's Intel. Tesla. I think Tesla was up like 4% today. Okay, so that's Nvidia, Jimmy, Meta. Don't need to see Meta. DJT. I'll look at DJT. So DJT is up 50%. This is the resistance. Every time it popped, it would go down. Now, let's see. Let's just observe the market a little bit. To me, things don't really make sense too much because just because Trump is anticipated to be the next president, the market, the people that are buying, um, like what are they betting for? He isolated United States a little bit more by introducing tariffs and stuff for other economies. He might be good for the U.S. economy, but there's nothing. There was like nothing that was guaranteed during his time that his time was great. Intel dropping. I'm still waiting for an action to happen. Seems like QQQ is on its way to go up again. But it's on the top of the channeling mm, that started from last week. Tesla is going up. I'm going to get on. Wow, the option option IV is really high. Really, really high. That's because Tesla just pulled a 4% move. His Tesla's IV is really, really high. Oh, it's beyond being ridiculous. Could actually make good money by selling the options. If the IV crashes, then Tesla, you'll be able to make a lot of money on options. Okay, so here is a strategy that I wanted to show you. So I'm currently holding 10,000 shares of GME that I entered at $29. Now, I have made a lot of profit off of GME because I bought not only the stocks but options at the same time, and now I'm selling the call options. So last week I sold 35 calls at 53 cents each at the time of closing, and when the market opened, it's up by 1,400. Okay. Now the stock's dropping, meaning I'm still able to profit from selling the options. So what I'll do is I'm going to close. One second. 네, 여보세요. 아, 네, 조씨 안녕하세요. 아, 괜찮습니다. 괜찮습니다. 네, 네. 네, 네. 어, 차이가 뭔가요? 네, 네. 음, 어, 그러면, 아, 그럼 그게 낫지 않을까요? 아무래도 음식점이다 보니까. 이제 술집이 아니니까. 아, 네. 네, 연락 없어요. 근데 이거 지금 저희가 퍼밋이 나온 상태에서 지금 전기가 뭐 이렇게 된다면 뭐 없이 그냥 가는 게 맞는 것 같은데, 네, 그것도, 네, 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 그렇죠. 네, 네, 아, 네. 그 전기를 트면 지금 뒤에 있는 전기로 냉장고가 돌겠죠? 그것도 좀 빠듯하다는 이야기죠? 네, 음, 네, 그렇죠. 알겠습니다. 네, 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 네. 아, 네, 고민이 있네요. 고민이네. 네, 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 그렇죠. 네, 네. 아, 그러면, 그니까 그게 그건 거예요. 지금 전기가 킨이 담당을 해가지고 지금 해주고는 있지만 거의
뭐 지금 몇 달째 퍼밋이 나올 때까지도 지금 해결이 안 됐잖아요. 네, 6주에서 8주요? 아니, 킹이 그때 그 마지막으로 이야기를 했던 때가 잠시만요. 네, 맨 마지막으로 퀸이랑 저랑 이야기를 했던 때가 6월 15일이었어요. 그러면 지금 한 달 됐잖아요. 그러면 지금 한 달 동안 진행이 어떻게 되고 있는지 업데이트가 뭐 전혀 없으니까 제가 생각에는 네, 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 음, 네. 그러면 그러면 아직도 퀸한테는 업데이트가 없는 거죠? 음, 그러면 제가 일렉시콘에다가 한번 전화를 해봐야 되겠네요. 좀 스테이러스가 어떻게 되는지. 오케이, 알겠습니다. 자, 한번 알아보겠습니다. 네, 네, 네. 오케이, 알겠습니다. 네, 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 알겠습니다. 네, 알겠습니다. 네, 감사합니다.
Okay, sorry about that. So while I was on the phone, seems like GME went went up about $1. I tried to get rid of GME, but because I was on the phone, I couldn't. So the 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 thing that I was trying to explain was this. So now it's going to look different because the stock prices went up. So what I did was this negative 100 means cover call. So based on the stocks that I hold, I sold 100 calls, 100 calls in anticipation that at the end of this week, GME will not hit 35. If GME doesn't hit 35, then this premium, which is $5,200, will come to me. Now, right now, the stock price is 26. The 35 call, the price difference, um, we're looking about $10. Okay. Now, I don't know what's going on in the market, but whenever QQQ tries to get close to 500, there's a steep sell-off. Same thing goes to Nvidia as well. This is very steep. very steep. Tesla is doing a very similar thing what it did right before the sell-off last week. Okay, so I bought QQQ puts, I think around here somewhere. Yeah, around here. Enter QQQ put. Tesla double top. I don't know, just QQQ looks a little weak. Nvidia at the bottom. Okay, that was a shoot up from QQQ. Okay, so I entered Nvidia call. So I have Nvidia call and QQQ put. But QQQ looks very weak. Intel also looks weak. So yeah, I was explaining the cover call and then I got distracted. So the way the cover call works is that by having the stock, you can sell, so you can write your call options. So instead of buying the naked call options in the market like how we do now, we can actually write, we can sell the call options by having the underlying asset and keep the premium if the calls expire worthless. Okay, it's a good strategy if you're holding more than 100 stocks of an underlying asset and you know the stock will not move, let's say more than 3-5%, and you want to keep on making additional money. Now, the downside of this is that if the stock does move more than what we anticipated, then you'll not be able to capture the additional gain that you could have gotten because of the the cap that you put on by selling the call options. Because at the end of the week, the calls will be exercised, um, and you would have to pay. You have to give back the stock if you do if the stock price does hit um, the strike price for the call options, then they'll take your stocks away. Then you would have to sell at a profit. So you're selling at a profit and you also got the premium. But if the stock did move more than whatever amount, then you'll be losing that much of money. So the stock went from 25 to 26 point something. Oh, Intel keeps on dropping. Okay, 35.2. So I have calls on Nvidia, and then I have puts for QQQ. DJT. DJT is on the move. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. So let's see. So for DJT, right now the stock price is 41. And if you buy 100 of the stocks and then sell 42 strike, then at the end of this week, you're looking at about 12% return on the calls that you sold. If you bought DJT, 100 of DJT, and sold the premium, which is $2.50, if the stock prices does hit, if the stock price hits $50, that you're making the difference, which is $8 plus 280. So you're actually gaining a lot of money. Um, if you think the stock price will drop to wherever it was before, then you can also sell these. So if you buy, so let's say you sold 34.5 strike. Let's say you sold at 9.15. Even if you sold this strike, you're looking at an immediate gain of $43.65. So that, if you subtract to 41.64, that's about $2 in profit. And that divided by 41.64, we're looking at about 5% return in 1 week by holding just 100 shares of this. So, um, I think I think it's a very lucrative way to make money if you know how to play around. Like if you're holding the stock, you have to hold stock in the first place. So if you're holding more than 100 shares of certain stock, you can sell calls to make additional money by writing cover call contracts. So DJT was at 30 some odd dollars, became 40 some odd dollars. Well, in the past, when it bounced back up, it reached here, which is the resistance, $52. Wow, but that's crazy. I don't think the stock is worth anything. Don't even know what it does. So Nvidia is trying to break out from the very bottom. It found the floor. Looks like Tesla also wants to break out, which it looks like it could. Nope. Tesla got rejected. Wow, I think today the market is very tough to play. The pattern, they have patterns like up and down in here too, but when it's at the breaking point, it's not letting you. QQQ patterns. It wants to break out through either side, but it's not letting you take on easily. It's just creating patterns, creating patterns. Oh, Tesla dropping. Is that another market sell-off that we're anticipating? Market-wide sell-off. Nope. Nvidia crushed it. It's break loose. It's at the high again. High of the day. Last time it hit high of the day, it got rejected hard. Tesla getting rejected. Intel getting rejected. But Nvidia, it's fighting, is gonna get rejected. Nope, it's going strong. Nvidia going strong. Ooh, it was going strong, and then there was big red candle rejecting everybody. Intel, I think it got rejected as well. Well, this is the second time that it's being rejected at 50, 35-ish. Is it going to try one more time? Hmm. Looks like it got rejected one more time. QQQ. Okay, forget DJT. I think we need to find something more interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick look at um, the stock market, the Canadian market. Oh wow. So TD is making its way up to the previous high, which is 80, about $2 away. I think TD is also up today. My option almost doubled in price. So I bought TD when it was 2.13, and now the beat and ask is about 3.7. And I still have 1 month to go. Yeah. So I still have 1 month to go. If I price in the calculation, so I my strike price is at $75, and right now the stock price at 78. So if my option premium is 3.8 or 78.8, so the premium, the additional premium that people are willing to pay for TD is actually 70 cents. 70 cents. So 70 cents divided by right now stock price is 78. So that's roughly about 1%. So 70 cents, it's about 1%. People are anticipating that TD is going to move more than 1%. Oh, that looks weird. 1% up or higher. Um, I think it's better to get rid of it. I think it's better to get rid of it. Yeah, while I still have the premium. Okay. Now, because TD options are not traded that well, it's illiquid, meaning that I want to sell it, but I have to sell at the spread. And the spread was 20 cents, pretty big. AMD wants to. So AMD was up at 185, came down. It tried to go lower, 180, and now it's trying to climb back up, trying to break the ceiling, but can't. I think it's the struggle is real, like all these struggles. Looks like Intel is going to go down more. Having a very difficult time. Okay, so finally Tesla broke out. So Tesla is the only one literally destroying all the resistance. So this morning it popped and then came right back down to where it was for AMD. Looks like this had been a really good resistance for some time. There was a huge rejection at 34.6. Yeah, today the market is very difficult to play. You'll watch the pattern and going like, oh, it's going to break, and then it does break, but then it doesn't really break. Like it doesn't go up higher. But when it drops, it drops. So your options are not really moving. It's going sideways. You're not really making any profit. Only Tesla is the one moving and people are able to make profit off of. Oh, Intel. So Intel hit 34 point something 6 and then it rebounded. It rebounded very nicely. Again, the same thing, Nvidia lagging. Tesla is the one running. I'm going to forget about Jamie, but I'm going to look at Amazon because they're all Nasdaq players. Nasdaq is trying to push above 498. Nvidia dropping. Yeah, they're just moving sideways. They're just moving sideways. If they're only moving sideways like this, then it's very difficult to profit. Very difficult to profit. Amazon is making a move up higher. The spread for Amazon is really low, but at the same time, the way that Amazon moves, it's very slow. From here to day high is only $1. From here to day low is also about $1, $1.20. So Amazon was at all-time high $200 and now 195. It's a very tough spot to hold a stock or enter for a position. Very tough. You want to wait, either it comes down to 190-ish or go above 201. AMD keeps attempting, but it looks like it can make it. Okay, entered AMD call because it broke through the resistance. It was struggling here, 182, and it broke off. After 182, the next one is 183.54. I think it's free and clear until 183.5. Let's see. Tesla wants to go higher. I'll wait until AMD reaches this point. Intel. So Intel was pushing up. It wants to come below 34. Maybe semis are making a rebound. SOXL. So Intel was making higher highs but lower lows now. Okay, so entered Intel put here. Intel breached. If it can come down to $34. If it wants to test the lows. So I have NVIDIA and AMD calls, Intel puts. Okay, Intel dropping. That's perfect. Okay, I sold AMD calls just to kind of cut my exposure, so reduce my exposure. So I took loss. I'm still holding NVIDIA call and Intel put. Intel is dropping hard. If it drops, it can drop 60 cents. Right now it dropped 30 cents. But it would probably backtest to 34.6 before it actually drops. So there should be a rebound of some sort before it drops even further. Nvidia still same thing. It's I because I bought it here. It's going sideways, up and down, up and down. It's not making me any profit or actual loss in that matter. QQQ going higher. I guess I guess that's a loss for me because I entered QQQ put, but just a little bit. It's just a little bit, not too much. So I'm going to update some details. Today is 15th. Okay. Okay, so TD I sold for 3.7. Okay, no more. So I got rid of TD today. Now I have not GME. So right now I have QQQ, I have Nvidia, I have AMD that I bought, Intel, and AMD. I entered at 5.5, I exited at 5.05, I cut the losses. It's because I entered and then realized my exposure was a little bit too high on Nvidia and Intel. I have 100 on Intel. QQQ. I have 5. I bought for 1.69. Nvidia 3.3. Okay. So because I thought the exposure was too high, because altogether it'll put me at so three. These are all semis. So three semis altogether, the exposure is negative 10,000. So I thought the exposure was a little bit too much, so I got rid of it at 5.05, so reduced to 1, as they looked somewhat volatile, meaning it was trying to go to the other direction that was supposed to go. Okay, but for the other ones, oh, Intel, my put is good until next week. So this is good until next week. The other ones, these ones are, yeah, okay. And a little update on Jamie. So last time last time I saw you, I showed you that the stock price was actually at 25.9 something when 25.8 when the call was at like 30 some odd dollars. The stock price went up by 50 cents, but this call premium has reduced and it's making $1,000. So my stock price went up, but my call premium has decreased. So I'm currently profiting 1,000. So all I did was I sold I sold call options based on the stocks that I'm holding. And if I want, I can just get rid of the calls and profit 1,000. Now, I have a choice. If I think that GME is going to go above $35, so that's 35 minus 26.3. That's $8.7 divided by 26.3, which is the current stock price. That's a 33% move. So if I think GME is going to make a 33% or even more, then I should get rid of this call right now. If I think that there is no way it can pull more than 33% move, then I should sell the calls right now. If I'm happy with that 33% return on GME, I can still hold call and get out at $35 and just let this call expire and I keep the premium as well. So in total, I'm making um, a lot of money because it can go up 33%, right? I will be happy with a 33% return on GME because I've been selling call options for GME for a couple of weeks now. And although my total price is down, I didn't sell, so I didn't realize the loss yet. But while it was down, I'm still selling the call options and making profit of let's say 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 here and there. With those profit, with those profit, I can actually cover most of the unrealized losses in, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks in time. If the stock recovers to $29, then I'll be making this profit plus the options that I sold for a couple of weeks. So in total, I'll be profiting more than $30,000. If the stock price does hit $35, that's $5 of $10,000. That's 50,000. I bought at 29, so that's 60,000. So that's 60,000 plus $30,000 profit and 30,000 from options. So that's we're looking at $130,000 of profit if the stock price does hit $35 by the end of the week. And that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, right? So that's how I play whenever I enter stocks. And if they don't behave, then I enter call contracts, and that's how I make money. QQQ is a 499. I just exited NVIDIA positions, 3.5. Didn't make much money. Okay. I'm still holding puts for Intel. I really think Intel or all semis are going to drop today. It's it looks very weak to me. It looks very weak to me. It looks so weak to a point. Although Nvidia went up, it's I can taste the fear of QQQ being the highest. And semi is not performing as well compared to Tesla. Okay. I have to go somewhere, so I'm gonna have to go, but but I'm holding Intel put. I sold all the calls for semis. So I'm still holding Intel put, QQQ, and Nike. Okay, so that's it. And I will see you tomorrow. But I'm going to update you at the end of the day on how things went. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Bye bye.